Every star has a moment, a game where everything changes. For Jayden Daniels, this was that game. The night he went from a promising talent to a name everyone would remember. Jayden Daniels joined the Washington Commanders as the second overall pick in 2024. The team was coming off a brutal 4-13 season, and as an unproven rookie, expectations couldn't have been lower. But then, magic happened. Daniels led the Commanders on a shocking playoff run. Then, he took down the heavily favored Lions in the divisional championship. This is the story of the game that made Jayden Daniels a star. But first, a little backstory. Daniels fell in love with football at just 5 years old, running around in a flag football league in his hometown. By 7, he was in tackle football with his dad, Javon, who played cornerback in college, guiding him every step of the way. But as Jayden got older, some doubted whether his body could handle the physicality of the sport. At high school, he weighed just 125 pounds and needed a doctor's approval to play varsity football. The first doctor refused, saying he was too small, but Daniels wasn't about to let that stop him. He found another doctor who believed in him and got the green light. Once he hit the field, he proved that heart and talent matter more than size. At Cajun High School, he threw for over 17,000 yards and 210 touchdowns, leading his team to its first California State championship in 30 years. His junior season was legendary, racking up over 6,400 total yards, which was a state record. By December 2018, he committed to Arizona State, making history as the first true freshman quarterback to start a season opener for the Sun Devils. And after 3 solid years, he transferred to LSU in 2022, looking for a bigger stage. He wasted no time earning that starting place and led the Tigers to the SEC championship game in his first season. Then came his final college season, the one that changed everything. With 40 touchdown passes, 10 rushing touchdowns, and incredible efficiency, this happened. When he accepted the award, his words showed just how far he had come. They said I was too skinny, so I added weight, he said. They said I relied on my legs a little too much, so you know what? I went to work. I completed all those passes and had the season I had. With a Heisman in his hand, Daniels was ready for the next step, the NFL draft. The 2024 NFL Draft was all about 2 quarterbacks. The Chicago Bears had the first pick and took Caleb Williams. That left Daniels as the next best option for the Washington Commanders at number 2. Williams was the guy everyone wanted. Scouts called him a once-in-a-generation talent, a quarterback who could turn a struggling team into a contender. Daniels, on the other hand, didn't get the same hype. Even though he won the Heisman Trophy, most experts saw him as the second best option. One big question was whether Daniels' 6'3", 210-pound frame could handle the hits in the NFL. Could he really hold up against 300-pound defenders? And then there was Washington. The Commanders were coming off a miserable 4-13 season, and their fan base weren't expecting a miracle. Even at that, taking a rookie quarterback with question marks felt like another gamble. But people overlooked one thing: Daniels had been proving himself his whole life. His college journey was full of obstacles, but it built a toughness you can't measure with stats. In Week 3 against the Cincinnati Bengals on Monday Night Football, Daniels showed what he was capable of. He set an NFL rookie record by completing 91.3% of his passes while throwing for 254 yards and 2 touchdowns, and even ran for another score. His performance helped the Commanders win 38-33 in a game with no punts or turnovers, something that hadn't happened in the NFL since 1940. But it wasn't just his passing that stood out. Defenders who thought they had him contained quickly found themselves chasing a quarterback who kept plays alive with his legs while still looking to throw. This whole package came together in the most dramatic way during Week 8 against the Bears. Playing through some nasty rib injuries, Daniels pulled off something straight out of a movie. Down 15-12 with no time left on the clock, he scrambled around for almost 13 seconds before launching a desperate 52-yard heave from his own 35-yard line. The ball hit Bears defender Tyreek Stevenson's hands just shy of the goal line and popped right to Noah Brown, who was standing alone in the end zone. Touchdown, Commanders! Won 18-15, complete madness. After the game, Daniels just shrugged it off like it was no big deal. "I just heard people screaming at our sideline rushing the field. That's how I knew," he said, while the stadium was still going absolutely nuts. His teammates weren't about to let him downplay it, though. Brown, who caught the miracle ball, kept it real. "Man, we're blessed to have number 5 leading this team. The things he can do are special. I wouldn't want to play with any other quarterback." Everyone started calling it the Hail Maryland right away. And it wasn't just any highlight. Daniels had outplayed Caleb Williams, the guy picked before him, by throwing for 326 yards and running for another 52. Now, fast forward to the end of the season, with Daniels running the show, Washington totally flipped the script and finished 12-5, which was their best season in over 30 years. That momentum carried them into the playoffs, but in Detroit, they were massive underdogs against the Lions. Ford Field is rocking, packed with Lion fans who'd been dreaming of a Super Bowl run all season. Detroit had crushed almost everyone on their way to a 15-2 record. And here comes the rookie quarterback making his first playoff start on the road. Most expected a Lions blowout. Well, not even close. Right from kickoff, Daniels looked like he'd been dominating playoff games his whole life. The first half turned into a wild shootout with both teams putting up 52 points combined. Washington went into halftime up 31-21 after a record-breaking 28-point second quarter. Daniels hit Terry McLaurin for a 58-yard touchdown, and the Commanders' defense made a huge play when they picked off Jared Goff and ran it back for a touchdown. But the Lions refused to fold. Backup quarterback Teddy Bridgewater came in after Goff got hurt and immediately led a scoring drive. Then Jameson Williams turned the corner on an end around, and nobody caught him for 61 yards, cutting Washington's lead to 24-21. But Daniels answered right back, fighting Zach Ertz for a touchdown to push the lead back to 10. The Lions were about to roll over, though. They opened the second half with a touchdown run by Jahmyr Gibbs, making it 31-28. But Daniels and the Commanders responded with a long, grinding 15-play drive that ate up over 8 minutes of the clock. A Lions penalty on the 4th and 2 kept the drive alive, and Brian Robinson Jr. finished it off with a 1-yard touchdown to stretch the lead to 38-28. The Lions tried to get creative, but it backfired. A trick play led to another interception, Detroit's 4th turnover of the game. Daniels and the offense took advantage again, converting another 4th down before Jeremy McNichols punched in a short touchdown run to make it 45-28. Detroit had one last chance, but Goff threw his 3rd interception with 30 seconds left. Game over. Washington was headed to their first NFC championship since '91, just a year after being one of the worst teams in football. Daniels put up solid numbers, completing 22 of 31 passes for 299 yards and 2 touchdowns while adding 52 yards on the ground. Most importantly, the Commanders had no turnovers while the Lions had 5. But stats alone don't capture what everyone saw that day. In my opinion, he's had the best rookie year of all time, said Texans quarterback C.J. Stroud, who had delivered one of the best rookie seasons ever the year before. Though the Commanders' magical run would eventually end against the Eagles, but Daniels finally showing signs of being a rookie against the league's top defense, the foundation had been laid. Washington had found their franchise quarterback, and the NFL had found its newest star. That game changed everything for him. But really, it wasn't just one game. It was all those years grinding for that exact moment. So when his shot finally came, Daniels was more than ready. If you enjoyed this breakdown, hit that subscribe button for more videos on the NFL's most electric players. Also, drop a comment letting us know which player you want to see featured next.